Hey, welcome to Passing the Baton, or basically how to set up your coaching practice and hopefully make it successful, change lives, change the world. I'm Dr. Stan, and it's, this course is based upon my little book called, again, Passing the Baton. And you should have a copy of that already. These videos that we're going to be doing kind of give you an overview of what it takes to build a successful coaching practice. Now, just to give you a little bit of background for myself, now most of my coaching, if you will, is kind of a combination of both counseling and coaching. And for many years, I was a part of a very, very successful multi-site counseling ministry, which again also included coaching. So many of the principles that we'll be talking about can fit with a coaching and or counseling, mentoring kind of practice. And so let me just go through the basic principles, starting with the overall, what is it about, the introduction. So really, just having knowledge alone is not enough. In other words, the fact that you're completing this certificate program and that you have been or are being coached by one of our team, that alone is not going to make you a great coach. What really makes you a great coach and helps you to build a coaching practice is some other skills that we're going to be talking about here. So for instance, it's really helpful to have an action plan, to make sure that you have clarity in terms of the vision and the purpose of what you're trying to develop. And you really do have to develop a successful business plan or a plan of action that will bring you to the place where you can, in a very, very successful way, develop your coaching practice. Much of what we've covered so far talks about the reality that, coaching is a specialized form of discipleship, especially Christian life coaching. So obviously, we need to find people that have a desire to grow. Let's face reality. Not everybody wants to grow. There are Christians that have been Christians for as long as they can remember, and all they care about is, number one, either getting raptured, or number two, at least getting to heaven. And we all want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. We understand that. But what we're talking about, especially people, whether they're in business or they're in leadership in some other capacity, they really have a passion to step up to the next level of their growth and development. And I believe with all my heart, even, you can use the illustration of Paul the Apostle when he was writing to the church in Philippi. He was writing to that church from a prison. Well, he was really on house arrest in Rome. But from that place, he says, forgetting what lies behind, I press on. His plan was to continue to press on and do all that he could to take definitive action in a specific direction until he saw the fulfillment of his call. It's not like we're looking necessarily for Paul the Apostles to work with, but we're looking for men and women who really have a heart to be able to be changed, to grow, to transform, and to step into higher dimensions of their capability. So all of this is about how do we set this thing up? What are the key elements to developing a successful coaching practice? So beginning with our next session, we're going to be talking about some of the history and the philosophy and program goals and all of that to lay some foundation, but we're going to get into a lot of practical stuff as we go.